Hi, I'm Inanna, and after 17 days of channeling no self, to give you the answers from my highest self on self mastery, here are my reflections. My biggest takeaway from this entire journey has been that it's not about me. Of course, doing a no self journey is definitely not about me, but primarily what I took away from that is that the Most High loves, cares for the light beings on earth and primarily wants us to be prepared for what's coming. Everything that I channeled was about you. Everything that I channeled was about you being ready. None of the messages that came through were about me. None of them were about how I can better my life in this realm. It was all about preparing for the next space. When it comes to the life that we live on a regular basis, everything is centered around materialism and how you can better, manifest riches and all the things that come with this realm, right? However, I found that when I channeled no self, everything was about the value of the soul and what the soul can do and what the soul is. And ultimately, it was all about the fact that we are here to learn a lesson, and it was about centering on your higher self versus focusing on the fact that we are light beings having a human experience. It was all about it not being about the flesh body, but being about the soul. And that was the most important anchor throughout everything that I channeled. My entire journey has been completely about that. It has never been about anything focused on the material realm. As a matter of fact, as someone who has lived a long life and I've experienced so many different things, me personally, I'm a problem solver, and I'm also what you would consider to be a runner. When it came to my trauma, when it came to the things that I needed to solve, I was always about a solution, figuring a way out of a problem because I was always running up against obstacles. And I became an expert at that, maneuvering and never sitting still to try to figure out, okay, what am I doing next? This is the first time that I've been forced to sit with myself and sit still, and it was done because I gained Christ consciousness, because I decided to take the journey, because I decided to surrender to the path of the Most High versus what I would like to do. Because if, to be honest with you, I'd rather be doing so many other things. However, I was called to a higher purpose, which is to give these messages to you. And that's what the Most High felt I was most good at. And that's why I'm here. Time and time again, I've thought about why I've been called to sit through this entire thing, and I've been forced to literally sit in this, like literally pay attention, literally decode, literally deconstruct this message in every facet of what it is. I've been taking it from the top to the bottom, and this last portion has shown me that yes, this is what the entire purpose is. It's all about the soul, and the soul is gold. And my takeaway from all of this is that we are nearing the part of this journey where we're getting ready to graduate from this particular part of the process. And I am humbled and I'm honored to be chosen for this particular role to teach in the ways that I can, to surrender to the journey, to find whatever information floats to me, because I've literally been floating for the past, 5 years. I've been floating through this journey of information so that I can bring you the message that I'm bringing you today. This journey for me has been tall, vast, wide, and deep. And it would literally take me hours and hours to sit and unpack for you every single part of my story and what has happened. I promise you it's a page turner. And though I'm not fully ready to divulge a lot of the things that happened to me, nor do I feel necessarily safe telling everything to the internet, I will say that I have been through all of these things, and the entire purpose was for me to come to this point so I can do this particular thing, so that I can lay out all of the information, the instruction manuals, because this is what my calling is. It hasn't been all of the other things that I've been chasing all these years. It's been so that I can sit still and use my gifts and my talents in this way. And the Most High just would not let me move until I made sure this happened so I can give it to you. So with all of that being said, if you don't take anything else away from this journey that I had over the past 17 days, know that you are loved, that you are cherished, and that the Most High wants what's best for you and used me as a vessel to ensure that you get this information. If you have not had a chance to go and watch any of this series, I highly recommend you go back. There's plenty of material. There's lots to learn about your higher self and how to self-master. I took my time through through this and dropped my ego in regards to what I think I should be saying. And every day that I came out of meditation or a dream, I always had a message that came from a higher source that had absolutely nothing to do with any agenda I could possibly conjure. So I hope you enjoyed this message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and put a comment down in the comments just to let me know what you think of this content overall. Keep shining bright. Peace, love, and light. Now, if you excuse me, your girl is extremely exhausted from this process, okay? So I'm going to need a few days to get my bearings. I've just been resting and sleeping and trying to regather myself after all of the events over the past few days. So be patient. More is coming. I'm definitely going to be dropping a lot more on my channel in regards to the things that I have gleaned and learned and, give you what I've been giving. So thank you for watching.